Hi, fellow traders. What an exciting Friday. It started out slow. Thought we were just going to limp into the weekend, but the day turned out to be an incredible day. Even had a chance at a play the last 5 minutes of the market open. And so today was really a great day. I got my meme mug face on. If you don't want to see it, just flip to another window and just listen. But, my message to you today is attack the process. There's a process to everything we do. And what frustrates me so much is somebody who comes in, they try it for a week and say, and it doesn't work for them and they want to quit. That person's never going to be successful until you decide to stop and really dig in and immerse yourself in the process and attack it. It's not going to work. Nothing's going to work for you. The other one I hate almost as much is the one that attacked the process. They did it. They started seeing signs of success, and then they got too far ahead of themselves. Now, it's always good to challenge yourself because that's how you're going to continue to get better. You want to challenge yourself. You want to make yourself feel a little bit uncomfortable every now and then once you get to a certain point. But you don't want to try to kill yourself the next day. You want to continue to follow that process. Continue to attack it. And if something's not going right, then there's something you're missing in the process. There's no two ways about it. Everything we did growing up was a process. Think about how you learned how to swim. Now, there's a small percentage of us that if we just get thrown in the water, naturally we're going to learn how to swim. The rest of us are going to sink to the bottom. And, that is kind of how it is in trading. Believe it or not. We can't allow ourselves to just think we can just get immersed in something and then come out of it unscathed. It's about a model of success. It's about the process. And you guys know I'm a big Gamecock fan. And, win, lose, or draw, I'm a big Gamecock fan. And, of course, we've had to suffer through a lot more losing seasons than anything else. But one thing that's impressing me now the most is that all of the coaches that we have, they're about attacking the process. They're about, look, we know the process works. If there's a breakdown, somebody's not doing their job. Somebody's not doing what they're supposed to do. If they did, and if you follow the process, you believe in it, you attack it, then you're going to have the best chance for being, for winning. You're always going to be there with that opportunity to win. But if you don't, you really just don't have a chance. Our athletics director, Coach Ray Tanner, he led our baseball team to 2 national championships a few years ago. Our women's basketball coach, Don Staley, she led our women's team to the national championship last year. Coach Frank Martin, our men's basketball coach, he led our men's team to the Final Four last year. And we weren't expected to get out of the first round of the NCAA tournament. But he has a process. And the team bought into it. And they went out there and executed. Our football coach, Coach Will Muschamp, he's a process guy. And he took our football team and turned it around. It may not be where we want it right now, but you see the progress. And once the team bought into the process and went out and did what they were supposed to do, they made it. And you're gonna get hit. You're gonna get slapped in the face. I told you when I was watching the Tennessee game, we went from being up by 2 points at the beginning of the half to down by 9 in a matter of 20 seconds. You know, coach called a timeout and said, hey, look, process is breaking down. You know, you guys have to trust and believe in your process. Everybody, you know, has a job to do, and let's do it. And we ended up winning the game. I mean, not Tennessee, Florida. We lost to Tennessee, but Florida. I mean, it was incredible, and that's how we have to be in our training. I firmly believe that it's about a process. You know, it's just like waking up in the morning. We can't just wake up and expect everything to happen. You know, we have to make it happen. We don't wake up like, you know, just haphazardly going through life. You'll never accomplish anything. So we got to have that process, and we have to attack it. All right, this week it's the last week. You can get a shirt, a coffee mug, or a hoodie. Just go to the website, averagejoetrader.com, and just click on this picture, and it'll take you right to where you need to go if you want to order one. But this was just a 1 week deal. I'm not gonna continue to offer these. You know, I'm not looking to sell shirts, but I had some requests and found a good option, and I figured, hey, celebrating our 1 year anniversary would be the best time to bring this out. So you guys, if you want it and interested, just go to my website, click on the picture, and you can go from there. Alright, so let's take a look at our day here. The day started out, like I said, it started out slow. And I'm not going to lie, I was so pissed at myself. If I could have slapped myself hard enough to really make a dent, I would have done it. I mean, that's just how mad I was at the way I started. Okay, if I was going to do a 5-minute opening range breakdown, then I should have got in up here. No, I mean, this was perfect entry for a 5 minute because the VWAP and everything was right there. Everything was set up for a 5 minute, okay? But I was like, okay, I need to wait. I said I was going to wait the 15 minutes because, you know, too often we're getting a little move down and then it's failing, and then that's it. So I was like, okay, I'll wait 15 minutes. Well, here comes the second candle. We start selling off, and out of nowhere, you know, somebody decides to get in. I'm like, oh my, you know, okay. There's no reason, absolutely no reason for me to get short where I got short. None. There was no setup. The 15-minute opening range hasn't even been set. We weren't even finished with the first 10 minutes. But I don't know what was going on. Maybe it was watching all those stocks move pre-market. Got some fear of missing out in me. But hell, if I was going long, this would have been a perfect entry. But I was going short. Ended up getting stopped out right out of the gate. You know, this would not have been a trade at all, period. This would not have set up for a trade. This would have been one of those stocks that just did not work. And you can see we pretty much traded in the 5-minute opening range all day. Practically traded in it all day. So it was not a trade here. So I ended up losing, let's see what, 188.29. I mean, it's not a bad loss. I mean, it's respectable, but I should have never been in this trade to start with. And all week it seems like I either picked the wrong stock or my execution was off. There was something that I was seeing that was causing me to, make some bad judgments here. But the good thing is, and what I'm pleased about, is that the stocks on my watch list are producing. So if I eliminate the, what I'm doing to pick the wrong one out of the whole bunch, everything's going to fall back in place with my opening trades. So I struggle all week. I struggle with the open, trying to go, I guess I'm kind of caught between, do I really want to wait 15 minutes or do I want to get in on the 5-minute break? What do I want to do? But the disciplined thing to do is the 5-minute. That's the most disciplined thing to do. So, the 15-minute. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on. I'm going to work with some, this weekend. I'm working on demand. Try to get some kinks worked out. Work on my execution, which is, number one right now. It's all about execution. I know the strategy works, but the problem is execution. That's what it boils down to. So I'll be working on that. So the big trade today came with DVMT. Now, this first deal, this was on my watch as well. One of the stocks were on my watch. I didn't trade it out of the gate because look at, you can look and see what it did. No trading out of the gate. We were caught up in a whole lot of mess. So with this one, I was like, well, I'll just wait until it settles. And when I was watching this, I was like, okay, I'm not going to short it into the 200 or here. I'm going to wait until we crack the red to green line, or green to red line, and we go red on the day. So I was watching it. I had 500 shares queued up to get in, and then all of a sudden this price action just went berserk. It was just going, it was moving up and down. You can't see that on these 5-minute candles because they kind of filter out a lot of the noise that on the lower time frame. But if you're watching the lower time frame candles, this thing was just going berserk. And I should have changed my share size to 300 shares. Because of how volatile this is, I was going to have to give it a lot more room. And going in 500 shares wouldn't have been the thing to do. But I forgot to change it. And because of that, I did take a cover here a little bit early. All because I was in heavier than I wanted to be. I know my comfort zone. I'm trying to make money. I'm not trying to test my limits. So, I went and took half off here and took the next half off, the next quarter off right at 87. That was kind of according to plan. And then I kind of scaled out the rest of the way down, using these levels as targets. Now, I didn't think we were going to get here to the 90-day. This is the 90-day from the daily. But sure enough, we kind of washed and it got there. So I waited for the bounce. Waited for the rejection. I got short here. We pulled up a little bit, which is typical. And I ended up covering some here and then stopping out. Under this red is a green triangle. And this is where I stopped out from that short. And then I got back in. I immediately got back in because I was frustrated thinking we were coming back down and we didn't. So I ended up getting stopped out on this one. And, again, I got short and covered some, through here. But what happened was I got in and got out but I got in and got out with some profit, but it was a mistake because I got in and my platform went crazy, and so I went to get out and it died on me, so I had to get back in once I logged back in. Luckily it hadn't washed away, so I got in, got these two covers, and when we started to recover, I took it off, and I was looking to get back in on the rejection. I got in, had to weather this little storm, but you can see we were trending down. I mean, we were trending down hard, and I really didn't feel uncomfortable with this. And you can see I went to 300 shares practically the rest of the day, all because of the volatility here. So I got in here, covered here. The volatility popped me up and stopped me out, and I got short again under this. Got back in under the 90-day, went ahead and took some profit. Missed this huge move. I thought we were going to be done here, but obviously we weren't, and we came down, took this out. So I went ahead and got short again, and took some more profit. So I pretty much traded this all day. This is what I like to do. Just be patient, lock in on the stock, and nail it all day. Now, why do I get in, take covers, I'm day trading. I'm making a profit. This is my strategy. Now, some people wouldn't like it. Some people may not want to do it that way. But for me, I'm locking in profit. And it's never wrong to lock in profit. Never a bad thing. And that's exactly what I'm doing here. I'm getting in, locking in profit. You can say I'm scalping a little bit, catching these small moves, but these weren't really small moves. These were moves that were making some pretty significant money. And you can tell, all together almost 2250. Had 32 tickets, but what can you say? Everything works out. And it's, you trade how you feel comfortable. For me, in order to get the whole move, I need to take profit. Once I lock in profit, I'm going to be comfortable. Because no matter what, even if it goes back and stops me out, I got money on the books. And that's just my mentality. That's what helps me be patient and, really stay engaged and stay meticulous and continue to execute. So this was a huge one here. Now, PF, this is the one after, that 10 minutes before close, the news came out. So I waited for this to come up and start to show me some weakness. I waited for the 2-minute chart, which is why I got in a little bit later. I started to just get in against 62. But, I kind of waited out. I was just a little bit more cautious with what I did, more conservative. So I got in, got my first cover down here around 61.28. I wasn't going 61.25 was my target, but I wasn't going to hold out. It kind of got hung up around between 28 and 30, and I went ahead and took profit, and then we came back and it stopped me out back at break even. I fully expected this to pull all the way back to VWAP, potentially even through it, before we got a bounce. But this didn't work according to plan, so I went ahead and dumped it. No need to hold on to something when it's not working the way you want it to. So that was my day. And, the beautiful thing about what I do and being a part of the community, whether you pay attention to these or not, you get to see my trades happen live as I take them. I mean, as soon as I get in, you see my order hit. You see, my trade log here is being shared real time. You see it, it hit on the chart. You see the order go in. My order window's up. Everything is up to let you know what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, because it's all right there, real time, live, and in color. Win, lose, or draw. You got to see me really beat myself up over BBY. I was really pissed. I mean, really pissed. But I couldn't let that mess my whole day up. I could have just sat there and just let it beat me to death. But I have a process that I take a loss. Even though I'm mad at myself, I take X amount of time to beat myself up. And then once I'm done, it's time to get back to work. Sometimes I have to walk outside. Right now it's beautiful because in the morning it's like 30 degrees. I can walk out in shorts and a t-shirt and stand in the cold, and I cool off really quick. I'm a Jimmy Buffett clone, so I go to work in shorts and a t-shirt and flip-flops. So that's the way I go to work. But all of this is right here. So if you're interested in learning about what we do, come take the trial. 7 days for $7. You get to hang out, take all the classes that we have next week. You get access to the recording from the first class from each course. You get access to that, so you get a real good idea of what we do and how we do it. And you see traders in the room that do their own thing. Because my goal is for you guys to not need me anymore. Think about when you learn how to swim. First you got your feet wet. Then you eased into your teacher's arms. And before you know it, they were pulling you around. You were kicking your legs. And then they were pulling you around. You weren't holding on to the teacher anymore. You were holding on to a boogie board or a paddle board or whatever. And they're pulling you around while you kick your feet. And then you go off on your own on the board. And you know where I'm going with this. It's a process. Then eventually, you don't need your teacher anymore. You just swim. And that's what I like to see in trading. Eventually, you're not going to need me anymore. I'm not trying to create, leeches. People that need to be hooked onto me in order to be successful the rest of their lives. Now, I'm trying to teach you everything you need. You can hold on to me at first, and then we'll start leading you around. Then you'll go off on your own a little bit, and before you know it, you are a full-fledged trader. And that's what it takes. Some people I have to mentor. Some people I have to can just do it in the class. It just depends. Everybody's different. All right, so let's look at where we are for the week and the month. I am fired up. I am so excited. 46, 46, 13, the biggest week, and I had 2 red days. I had some serious struggles, trading this week. Trade in the morning, execution, because I'm making, I'm adapting. I'm making adjustments. So it takes a little bit of time to set in. But 2 huge days this week. Didn't do crap on swing trades. And this is what I was talking about last week. Some weeks swing trades, bring it. Some weeks day trades bring it. Now the huge weeks is when both of them bring it. But swing trades just didn't pay this week. I'm still holding on to the same crap that I had last week that hasn't moved yet. And I didn't take any new positions. So it was just a boring swing week for me. Hopefully I can get some motivation and really knock some out the park next week. So 3 days next week. Wednesday I'm going to be out at least really most of the day. But we'll be talking more about that as we get closer to Wednesday. The room will be up, screen share will be going, but I won't be in trading that morning. Or really, it won't be, I probably won't be able to trade at all that day. Because by the time I get back, it'll be, later in the day. And won't do me any good. Alright, so that's going to wrap it up. Awesome. $12,850 for the month so far. And I can boast about that because you guys saw all of it happen. So I can thump my chest. So hopefully we'll have 3 good days to close this month out. Even if we don't, this has been an incredible month. I couldn't have asked for anything better to start the year off with. Our whole goal was to prepare ourselves in quarter 4 to hit the first Q1 running, and that's exactly what we did. So you guys have a cold one on me. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. We got 2 good basketball games coming up. I think we play Texas Tech tomorrow in that Big Ten Challenge. And then the women play Missouri, the other Columbia. And they're fast becoming our most hated rival in women's basketball. So that's going to be an interesting game too. So I got an exciting weekend ahead. I hope you guys do too. So take it easy. Have a good one. Remember, if you want to get a shirt, just head to my website and click on the picture, and it'll take you right to where you need to order one. All right, you take care, and I'll see some of you on Sunday morning for our swing trade and strategy build session. Everybody else, I'll see you Monday morning.